is just fantastic.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a bit of a TED Talk where I, for the second day in a row, defend a creator from another person who could be charitably considered a journalist and or creator, depending on your interpretation of what a journalist is and of course what a creator is. The two in question are Essence of Thought, or Ethel Thurston, and Vangelinaskov. If I mispronounced your name, which I think I have done many a time, I'm not sorry, I'm a dickhead, I don't care. I get my name mispronounced all the time. At this point, I really don't give a damn. Now, the subject matter concerns plagiarism and copyright law violations. The reason why is because Essence of Thought has made a number of videos, a series in fact, on a creator called Lily Orchard. I know sod all about Lily Orchard, but I do know they still make content. That's all I know. They have a slightly larger channel in size, sub-wise, than my own. Essence of Thought has not made a video on Lily Orchard for a while. I did bother to scroll through the Essence of Thought YouTube channel. Recently, Vangelinaskov made a video on Lily Orchard, titled Lily Orchard, YouTube's Biggest Creep, bracket, Lily Pete. The video itself has done quite well on views. This is the video that has gotten Vangelina accused of plagiarism for a rather hefty portion of that video. Vangelina does essay-style videos on a lot of things. It is her format, it's what she's done for a while, she does quite well from it. Can't hate the player, and I'm certainly quite jealous of the views that she can get when she makes videos, and she's quite a frequent uploader for the style of content she produces. Essence of Thought hasn't made a video in 4 months prior to the Vangelina video being produced, and hasn't streamed for 5 months. This is important, vitally important. Active creator, not active creator. Not that either of that matters. It should be pointed out that doesn't necessarily matter whether you're active or not. What does matter is the plagiarism accusation. It's vitally important. On Essence of Thought's YouTube channel, the Lily Orchard video series has the most views of any content produced on that channel, by quite a margin I might add. Congratulations for having your own for a time, mad lad. I would want any creator to be successful regardless of how much of an absolutely immoral melt they might well be. And Essence of Thought has rubbed a lot of people up the wrong way for quite some time, usually for comments made on Twitter and Facebook, which then get shared to Twitter. When you inhabit the sphere of commentary, there is a big problem when it comes to being able to have what is regarded an original thought. It doesn't exist. You have to be a poet about it. So the accusation of plagiarism does get thrown about quite easily. Sometimes to prove the point of plagiarism, clips can be used from other people's videos and you respond to that directly. This helps to frame the argument your content has in some way been stolen, without due or proper credit being given to the person who had originally commentated on it. In my own content, I have actually used screenshots or clips directly from Vangelina's content, and then I've linked her in the description with all the sources, and the reason why is because she made the point I didn't need to make myself, because it was the first thing I thought, and thought, well, why not give credit to the other person? Screenshots have been taken from Mad Catster concerning Illuminati, who has then been kind enough, because I've linked their channel in the description and the pinned comment, to reach out to me with sources for other things, who is, by the way, a wonderful creator and everyone should follow and subscribe to Mad Catster. There is very little in the way of community. People might believe there still is a commentary community, and there may well be some little pockets here or there, but generally we don't talk to each other that much. I don't talk to the majority because I think they're all snakes, and this is actually a bit of a proof of that, to an extent. I learnt my lesson from the skeptic clones, trademark. Now, when one has or believes they have been plagiarized in some manner, how you handle that is a great indicator for everyone else, the oikory, as to whether or not you can handle somebody ripping you off in your mind. The smart move would be to reach out to the creator. On the face of it, we're on the right path. You reach out to them and say, look, this stuff came from me, could you please consider citing me? Because that's the right thing to do. Of course, you should always cite your sources. Don't dump it all in a paste bin and leave it uncategorized. Actually have it so people know what all of it is. It's what typically features in my pinned comment. I put my sources there because I once got a copyright community one violation for, quote, nudity. Wasn't nudity at all, it was an article from Insider with no pictures and the title was talking about OnlyFans. YouTuber special, and I lost the appeal. It took me years to get that off my account. Back to this though. You reach out to the creator and you, in a kind way, you seek with good faith at heart You seek a resolution where everyone benefits, and ideally having your content referenced properly, credited, is the right way forward. Okay, well with that in mind, we're going to go to a screenshot taken directly from Essence of Thought's channel. In the video titled Vangelinaskov plagiarized my Lily Orchard series, hashtag just another Illuminati. I have never for 1 minute thought of Vangelina as anything but Vangelina. I've never considered her to be Illuminati. Illuminati did cite all sources, just to be clear, in pastebin links. It's why I made that little dig. But Illuminati, like Creepshow Art, was a crappy person. A genuinely crappy person. Hi, I'm reaching out to you because I've learned that your channel has plagiarized several of my videos. Your channel video, Lily Orchard, YouTube's biggest creep, Lily Pete, contains several screenshots which are identical to the ones from my own videos. The presenter copies several of my phrases almost word for word, and the presenter references the source of our victim testimony who has not shared their story anywhere else. We're going to interject here with some valid points. I haven't seen much in the way of traffic concerning Lily Orchard for some time. The video on the Vangelinaskov channel has done quite well. Vangelina did make other videos in the month of February though, just to be clear. You reference here phrases almost word for word, which is not then plagiarism, is it? If you say copied phrases word for word, that's plagiarism. You say almost, which means someone was poetic or they had their own thought. Source of our victim testimony who has not shared their story anywhere else. The internet will share that story everywhere, which means it will be on any forum, it will be on tweets, it'll be on Facebook, it will be on any social media platform, regardless of where the source originated, which means over time it becomes diluted and the origin of it is often lost. Your channel is not the biggest and not many will think of you as a creator if you've not been that active in some time, and the subject of Lily Orchard has not been discussed in some time. Plagiarism is not only morally wrong, I agree with you, but also a violation of copyright law, so I expect this to be corrected. Never expect nor demand respect, never expect nor demand things to be corrected. You're going into this with a lot of aggression, Ethel. Far too much aggression. Essence of Thought has always intended for our resources to be freely used by others. So usually we would only require you to link our channel in the video description, credit us for the screenshots and have the presenter cite us whenever one of our ideas or pieces of evidence is used in the video. Now I can agree with the premise of this, to cite your sources. It is vitally important. If you never cite your sources as a commentary channel, you're a dickhead. However, in this, there is some context, and I earlier mentioned it. Where the screenshots came from was not from you, but you are so full of yourself, you are using what is typically known as an appeal to authority, a quaint little fallacy that belongs back with the era of the skeptic clones. But you're not done, are you? And I'm sure many of you have paused this to read the final paragraph, because you've got demands. Since you, your writers, wait, Vangelina's got writers? Or your researchers, you have those too? Did not do so, we feel we are entitled to 30% of our video's monetary value as compensation, based on the fact that 13 minutes of a 38-minute video are clearly plagiarized. As I earlier referenced, AdSense is worth nothing in January and February. It's worth nothing until like June. It really is worth nothing. But you know what, 30%, okay. If you really think about it and do your math right, which you apparently don't know how to do right, you get closer to 35%. Just thought I'd let you know. That includes AdSense. Patreon earnings for the month of February, even though Vangelina made other videos in that month, you want 30%. Okay, just a thing here. More content made, if we're doing it based on time and representation of minutes on screen, your percentage goes down quite a bit. And sponsorship earnings from, earrings from HelloFresh. This is an interesting one, because you went after HelloFresh, didn't you? That's not a smart move as a creator, or a part-time creator. You shouldn't be doing that. Sponsorships are vitally important to many creators. I don't have any, because I'm a dickhead and I don't deserve them. But many of us have them, well, okay, others have them, and they are vitally important because many of us don't earn anything on our videos. HelloFresh, if you want to just send some love my way, I'm just saying. These actions are to be taken with issuing a correction apology to all social media, as well as including an explanation of the issue at the top of the video description run by us first, explaining the error. Thank you for your time, Ethel Thurston, founder of Essence of Thought. Via email, Vangelina did not reply to you. You made a 1 hour, 8-minute, 35-second video exposing Vangelina. Thankfully, you put this into sections, which is great. And the one prevailing thought I had throughout your entire video was, you think you're a victim of something here. You contradict yourself in your video. At one point, you say you are copied word for word. You said it was plagiarism, and then later you say, oh, well, actually it wasn't word for word. Well, it's not plagiarism then, is it? You have then gone to an extreme, in your infinite wisdom, no doubt, by then extorting or blackmailing, depending on which word you think is more preferable, the lovely, delightful audience, hello, Vangelina, and then gone after her sponsor. You have sunk to an absolute low to resolve a situation because you believe your videos are the only videos where opinions matter. You haven't made a video in 4 months and you haven't covered Lily Orchard in quite some time. You are out of your mind. People in your comments on YouTube and on Facebook and on Twitter have told you you have essentially blackmailed and or extorted Vangelina. And they have a point. They really do. Vangelina addressed all the accusations and made some concessions when it comes to vetting screenshots, which I think is absolutely correct of Vangelina. But Vangelina also references in that same video where you have claimed near word for word plagiarism, it was about one thought, that Lily Orchard would be sending messages to herself, his self, their self, itself. At this point I don't care. I'm going to be honest with you, I watched that crappy content back, yours that is, and it was a thought I had before you even said it. To go after another creator is a dangerous attack move for somebody who is not that active in the first place. You at this point need to know better. The final part of your video, Essence of Thought, that fascinated me was how this impacted your health. You talked about the burnout you experienced for the last video you had made. It was quite traumatic, and that is fully understandable. You then bleat on about a tooth infection. Bitch, no one cares about your tooth infection. You're just trying to make it seem like a grander issue by compounding multiple things at once as justification for how this situation has made everything so much worse for you. Narcissism 101. It's pathetic and embarrassing, and you should be ashamed of yourself. You just tried to blackmail a creator out of 30% of their earnings for 1 month, for one video where you believe you're the authority on the situation. This, in effect, makes you a bully, which I would argue makes you a form of lolcow and therefore low-hanging fruit. But since my standards are quite low to begin with, I'm more than happy to clout you for it. By all means, cry victim that you've been called out. I see many people on Twitter saying they're going to do live streams covering your inane trash. And you can cry foul all you like. There is a very harsh reality that comes with being a creator. It's called criticism. Vangelina has done a 40+ minute video responding to you, 45 minutes and 41 seconds for those who are pedantic enough to correct me. And in it, she does conclusively point out that while there are some concessions to be made about citing sources, she did not plagiarize you, and I believe that. I really do. Oh, you're just on her side because you're a fan. I'm not that much of a fan of anyone, really. I just like watching goofy dog and cat videos on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. So if someone can get the crappy Beyonce country song that's been appearing off my timeline, it'd be great. I'm sick of choosing do not recommend. It's starting to bug me. As with everything we cover, I do highly recommend you go and look at the sources in the pinned comment. And the pinned sources will be the video from Essence of Thought and Vangelina. If you want to watch their Lily Orchard videos, go to their channels. In the case of Vangelina, it will be the one of the most recent videos, like 4th or 5th now. In the case of Essence of Thought, go to their videos and then hit most popular. The first 4 videos will be it. As a final thing, I'm going to be on Twitch later. Hope to see you there. If not, have a cracking day.